And welcome to today's episode of FHM 6 Brass Bonanza. Hey, I even got to say it right today. Featuring the 1979-1980 Hartford Whalers, beginning from there and moving forward. I'm Big Polly coming to you. When we last left you, Hartford had lost 5-4 to Edmonton in a action-packed game. So let's recap what happened in the week that preceded that. They being Hartford went to Boston and lost 5-4. A tough heartbreaker for the Hartford Whalers. Yeah, that's who I'm playing. And it was 5-2 at one point. Actually, Hartford made a game of it late, getting 2 goals from Howe and LaCroix to cut it to a 5-4 score. And then they went to Buffalo and shoved it up the Sabres' rectum 6-1. I'm totally on the wrong page. Hold on, folks. Yes, I know Hang on, folks. I messed up. Okay. As I was saying, uh, beat Buffalo 6-1 in a laugher. Let's see. Gordie Howe got a penalty in the first half, and yeah, 6-1 going away. Scored, and there you see the summary up there. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. That's what I call balance. So, right now in the standings, as I pull that up, until I don't play any FHM 6 while in between posts here. Right now we're at 27 points, 4 behind Montreal, but we have played 2 less games, 7 in front of the Kings. 16 teams makes the playoffs, so right now we're in excellent shape. Tonight it's a game against the Adams Division's cellar dweller, the Quebec Nordiques. So this should be a game that we should win. Famous last words, right? So they will go at it against Quebec. If I can bring it up. Like I said, you notice that I don't play this too often. So it's Quebec and Hartford from the Springfield Civic Center in Springfield, Massachusetts, where the Whalers played while their Hartford Civic Center was getting fixed. And this is the first of 2 games Hartford has on back-to-back days. They play Atlanta on the following day, but when we do this next post, it'll be the following week. So drop the puck and let's go. A penalty right off the bat. Hoganson for Quebec. It's called 2 minutes for boarding. And that only took all of 4 seconds. No one has even taken a shot yet, and we've gone more than 2 minutes. And the first shot goes to Hartford, as does the second. At a shootout in the first half of our game last week, or last post, hooking. Rick Lee gets called for a hooking, 2 minutes. And Quebec goes on a power play. As we move through this game fast, Hartford power play was killed. Quebec had the man advantage, not Hartford. Hartford had a man in the box. Midway through the first now, no score. Everybody just kind of hanging out here, not a lot of action. Only 7 shots so far. Hartford has 5 of them. Try to do more of these videos from FHM 6. So I obviously need to do more as I'm very butterfingers with the controls. Brackenberry gets called 2 minutes high sticking at 16:11 of the first period. So Hartford goes on a power play. And scoring chance here. Stoughton with assists from Mark Howe and Mike Rogers at 17:06, and it's 1-0 Hartford. I think everybody in the league is surprised how well Hartford's doing. And at the end of the first period, it's 1-0 Hartford. But you got 21 teams in the NHL back in 79 and 80, and 16 of them made the playoffs. And now Quebec looks like they have a scoring chance. Oh! Tardif with his assist from Pierre Plante at 1:51 in the second period, and we're tied at 1 goal each. Hartford quickly back, or so it appears. And no, it is Quebec with Alain Cote. Assists from Rial Cloutier and Robbie Fortac at 2:53 into the second period, and it's 2-1 Quebec. You can never let your guard down against a team not doing well in the standings because you don't know where they're coming from. Hoganson gets called for a penalty, 2-minute minor for roughing, and now Hartford on the power play. Rich Leduc called for high sticking, so that gives Hartford a 2-man advantage for about a minute, a little less than a minute. I'm recording this on Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. June 21st, 2020 as I record this, 6/21/2020. 9 minutes left in the second period, and Quebec surprisingly out front 2-1 despite being outshot 14-6. Now they have another scoring chance. They're going to make it 3-1 here? Yes, they will. Michel Goulet on an assist from Rich Leduc at 12:02 of the second period, and despite being outshot 2-1, they lead 3-1. 14 shots to 7 in favor of Hartford, but the bigger story right now on the scoreboard, Hartford did go to Boston, and Boston handed them their lunch, had a 5-2 lead at one point before Hartford came back and made it 5-4. Battle of the two Massachusetts teams, at least temporarily, with the Whalers at Springfield. And it's the end of period number 2. It's 3-1 Quebec. Next goal here will be key. It's 18 shots to 8 in favor of Hartford right now. But amazingly, Quebec has a 2-goal lead, but that's what happens in hockey sometimes, I would suppose. Who's going to get that next goal? Starting to think the answer might be Hartford. We'll know in a moment. There it is, goal. Hengsleben with the assist from Stoughton at Rogers, with 7:34 gone by in the final period, and it's 3-2 now, Quebec. Still time for Hartford to get an equalizer here. They're up now 22 shots to 9. Can the Whalers get it done and at least get a point out of this? 8 minutes to go. And Tardif called for hooking. And he's not in Las Vegas, so he can't get away with it. 2-minute minor. And Rogers called for tripping, so easy come, easy go on the penalties. It'll be 4-on-4. Ever so slight power play from Quebec for a few seconds when both penalties expire. There they go. 5 minutes to go. Hartford with a scoring chance now. There it is. Gordie Howe, Mr. Hockey, with an assist from another Gordie. Gordie Roberts at 4:53 left in the third. 15:07 had gone by. It's 3-3. So Hartford now could get at least a point out of this if the score holds. Another goal would give them 2 points. Last 2 minutes of the game. Last minute of the game. Take a tie the way this has been going. And that's how it's going to go down. Final score, Quebec 3 and Hartford 3. Stars of the game, Blaine Stoughton with a goal and assist. Tardif, a goal. And Mike Rogers, 2 assists. Garrett, the computer's telling me, had a bad game. I'd agree with that. Only had 9 saves and gave up 3 goals, whereas Ron Lowe, they put a little more pressure on him. He had 25 saves, giving up 3 goals. So that's how that one will end, a 3-3 tie. 28-12, Hartford outshot them. And that's how that's going to end. Again, looking at the standings, let's see here. Mike Bossy was subject to discipline for a questionable incident, but didn't get one. Brian Sutter has a 7-game goal streak. Dave Taylor sidelined. So your next game that we will feature on here will be, and we usually do games Friday night or whatever night afterwards that Hartford plays. So the next game will be against Pittsburgh, and that will be November 30th of 79. Then after that, Montreal, and then the New York Rangers. And we'll just play every week until we get through the season. So I hope you enjoyed today's game. It was a 3-3 tie, Hartford and Quebec. This has been Big Paulie coming to you. We'll catch you again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.